Hello and welcome to the Hypnosis Academy. Today I'm talking about ABreactions. Do you know what they are? Maybe you don't even know. I'll tell you all about it and I'll tell you what to do in the event of having one. I'll see you on the other side. So what is an ABreaction in hypnosis? Well, an ABreaction is when you are helping someone to go into hypnosis, you're doing a lovely induction, whatever the process is, and then suddenly the person starts to scream, to cry, to wail, to do a scene out of a horror movie. That's basically what an ABreaction is. In the 15 years that I've been doing hypnosis, I have had 2 ABreactions. However, not I personally, I have experienced 2 ABreactions in my clients. However, I want to set things apart. In probably 50% of the hypnosis that I do, or more, I have emotional reactions. Tears, crying, wailing, sobbing. Okay? That's not an ABreaction. Okay? That is a very, very positive reaction. I say, when you see tears, you are seeing change. Tears mean change, right? Never, ever worry about tears falling. Sometimes people are crying and they don't even know why. Sometimes I had one experience of the lady just in the lead up to the hypnosis, she was crying and crying and crying and crying. Okay? It's absolutely normal. Remember, hypnosis is taking you to the emotional body. And so if you've got trapped emotions there, your unconscious mind is going to want to bring them out. Okay? Because they've been trapped in hypnosis when we're children. And so when you go back into hypnosis, it's almost, imagine you have like a container filled with emotions, and then you pile tons of stuff on top of it so you can't see the container anymore. In hypnosis, we take all the bits and pieces off and we go back down to the container, and that's when suddenly these emotions come out. It's absolutely normal. In fact, I welcome it. When I have tears, I'm very, very, very happy because I know that that person is changing. Okay? ABreaction. What are they about? That is, the ABreaction is an extreme version of just what I've explained. It's somebody getting in touch with an emotion that has been locked away by the unconscious mind, that is so strong that when the person experiences it, they nearly shit themselves. Okay? It's basically it. It's exactly the same thing, though, as what I've explained, except it's a very, very, very extreme emotion. Now, what happens is this. Our unconscious mind is there to protect us. It's there to keep us safe. And so it will hide away extreme emotions. It'll just hide them away, because they're too big to deal with. They know that if we have to deal with it and we haven't got the resources, we could go into a tailspin and it could be awful. And so it just hides them away. But what happens is this. The unconscious mind is aware that that needs to be resolved. It's very important that these emotions are resolved. And so what happens is this. When it gets into a situation where it feels that there's a possibility that we could deal with this, it gets it out for you. It goes, deal with that then. So what happens is this, and I want you to take it as a compliment. When you as a therapist, when you are working with somebody and you get a reaction like this, whether it be it's just a strong emotional reaction with tears and everything, or if you get an ABreaction, take it as a compliment. Because what that is saying is that the unconscious mind of that person trusts you enough to let you see this so that you might be able to do something with it. Okay? So that's what it's doing. It's giving you and going, sort this out, please. We've been hanging on to this for so long. Of course, the person knows nothing about it. The person thinks they're fine. And then suddenly they get this incredible wave. Right. So first things first, when a person in hypnosis is having an abreaction, you do not touch them. Don't touch them. Don't feel the need to put your hand on the shoulders or, calm them down. Not yet. Why? Because if you know anything about NLP and about anchoring, what could happen is they're having such an extreme emotional event that if you put your hand on them, you could anchor that to that place on the body. And then in the future, somebody could put the hand on the same place and they could trigger off that emotional event. All right, so just don't touch them. So what do you do then? What do you do? I'm going to show you what you don't do. Bloody hell, what's wrong with you? Stop that, that'll do, no. All right. At all times, that person who is going through this wild moment, they need absolute confidence that you know what you're doing. So the very first thing that you do is nothing. You keep the voice exactly the same. If anything, if you need to raise your voice because they're screaming, that's fine. But you at all times show absolute confidence that you know what you're doing. All right? If you have fear in your voice, like, oh, what's that? Okay, they're going to really shit themselves. Okay, so this is what you do. It's a very simple thing. You say, everything is okay. The scene fades and you attend to your breathing. Okay? And you may need to say that a few times. Don't think that because you say that it's going to disappear. Right, we've got this intense emotional experience. It's going to take time to come down. That's okay. You just say, everything is okay. You are safe. Let the scene fade and attend to your breathing. In a very commanding voice. In the voice of, I know what has to happen here. Don't worry about this. I've seen this many times. There's nothing wrong with this. That's kind of the message that you're giving them. You're okay. Everything's fine. You're not in danger. Let the scene fade and you attend to your breathing. Okay? And then help them. Afterwards, then if you need, if you feel the need to touch them, you can when they've calmed down. Okay? Personally, I would do some havening with them, perhaps. Some havening, that's for another time. Okay, so that's what an abreaction is. It's just the unconscious mind saying, please sort this out. So what do we do? What do we do when we have an abreaction? Look, probably at that moment, that is not the time to deal with it. Okay? Especially if you've got other things to do. If the process is, you can't deal with it because you don't have the person's permission. All right? They've just had the shock of their lives. And the last thing you want to do is start taking them to that place. All right? So what you do is you finish off the process, or if they feel that they can't continue, you end the process. Then you talk to them and you say, this is a godsend. What has come out is a godsend because this is something that needs to be resolved and we can resolve it. Okay? And then you ask them their permission and say, is this something that you would like to resolve? And quite often, because they're so shook up, they might say, I needed a bit of time. Let them have a bit of time. But you can resolve that. All right? And for those who are interested, we're just about to start in January a series of courses showing you just how to resolve that trauma. It isn't that difficult. You need to know how to help somebody into hypnosis, and then you need to know what to do when you've got them there. Okay? But if you're interested in the courses, all the details are down below. All right, so that's an abreaction. It ain't that bad. I've had them. I've had them. It's not that bad. It can be very, very shocking for you. But we just remember, be shocked on the inside. On the inside, many times I'm going, what the hell? What am I going to do? Oh my God. On the outside, I'm saying, everything's fine. You're safe. Everything's okay. That's what you do. That's your job. That's what they're paying you for. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again, and I might see you on one of our courses.